I'm sorry that this video is coming to you a little bit late, but I did want to make this for you all just to explain how it came about that I failed my 25k funded challenge with FundingTraders, and just kind of give you some of the key pointers as to why this happened and how I'm going to be behaving moving forward on my next challenge with FundingTraders. So first off, it's important to understand, anyone who follows me knows that I do not claim to be a profitable trader. This is the second prop challenge that I've ever taken part in. I did have a 5k challenge with Glownode a few months ago as well, which I did also fail. So I'm still very new to the prop industry, and I am new to having to actually personally manage risk, even though it is obviously something that I preach to everyone in my community. So the key things that went wrong for me during my challenge were, number one, I still would not 100% say that I have a tried and tested strategy that I'm confident in. That is starting to change more recently. In the last few days, weeks, I have been quite actively backtesting my new strategy and tweaking bits here and there. And I will be starting a new series when I start my next challenge to kind of go over with everyone the strategy that I will be using, the backtested results that I've gone through, and just explaining how I will be looking to manage risk moving forward, how I'll be looking to place trades, what sessions I'll be trading, what pairs I'll be trading, etc., etc. So that will start hopefully in the next week, because I would like to get things moving leading up to Christmas, because it is unlikely that I'll be doing much trading over the Christmas period, having children. But yeah, so the first mistake that I made was just not having enough faith and enough backtested data in the strategy that I was using on my challenge. The next thing that messed me up right from the start early on was something that I've heard people speak about in a few spaces recently, and that's that I managed to get a few early wins whilst not following my strategy. I was rewarded for poor discipline, and moving forward from that, I kind of had this belief and understanding that the things that I had done and made mistakes in fact, weren't mistakes, and maybe they were the correct thing to do. And so as I got further down into the rabbit hole, things just got worse and worse. And I went from being halfway through completing my phase one, being 5% up, to being 1% away from blowing my account. And that's how the state my account has been in for the last 2-3 weeks. And the psychology that it takes to get yourself out of drawdown that deep is something that I have never personally had to experience before. It's something that I was aware of, and something that, since it has happened, I have been looking for the workarounds, and I've been sharing it with other people in my community. But being the first time that I've ever actually had to experience it was a lot for me. And it got to the point where, I'm going to be honest, when I failed my challenge, I kind of did it on purpose. I just had enough. It was too much of a mentally straining scenario for me to cope with, and I just wanted to start over. So yeah, the second mistake I made was being rash and allowing wins from mistakes to continue in my trading plan, and ultimately I was penalized for it in the end. And the third thing that, in my opinion, was actually the biggest mistake that I made was I was lucky enough to be gifted a 25k challenge from FundingTraders to trade. And whilst I was really grateful for this, I didn't really think at the time about what that meant to me. And so I was excited, I got trading. Little did I know that, again, being new to the prop industry and being new to trading those amounts of money, I've been used to over the last 5 years trading $100 accounts here and there. So my psychology has been based on price moving on my charts, and my MetaTrader account going up by 50p, a pound, £2, or dollars rather. And that is very different than seeing hundreds of dollars of movements on a 25k account. So moving forward from here, I will be looking to get a smaller account to trade with because I don't think that I am ready to be trading a 25k account yet. In my opinion, it's something that a lot of traders suffer from, where there is like this desperation to make larger amounts of money, get bigger payouts, so they just want to trade on bigger accounts, forgetting that the psychology, every level that you step up with the amount of money you're trading, things just get harder and harder to manage mentally. So yeah, the third big mistake that I made was just trying to trade an account size that I was not mentally ready for. So those three things that I've just spoken about, I just wanted to be able to share that with you guys. Again, you all know that I'm all about transparency, and hopefully you'll be seeing a very different trader from me over the next few weeks. I'm really excited to be able to share some of the back-tested data and the trades that I should have been taking over the last month or so on my challenge. And I'm really excited to start my journey and be able to document every single trade with you all one by one each day and see how far we can get with it and whether we can actually pass the next challenge.